Welcome to Steeltown Football, folks. I'm Bill. This is Mike. I'm just the guy interviewing Mike because he knows everything about the Steelers football. And today's show is all about Mike McCarthy and how he's going to come in and he's going to make the Steelers franchise the winningest franchise in the history of the NFL and put you back on the mountaintop. Is that right, Mike?
That's right, Billy.
There
right.
you go.
Very optimistic. That's right.
Very optimistic.
Oh,
Well, as we were just discussing, sports is simple. Win. What did Al Davis say?
Just win,
baby.
Right.
That's right. Just win, baby.
Good old Al Davis. Yeah.
That's how simple it is, you know. But the Steelers were also Al Davis's nemesis back in the 1970s and early 80s, I guess.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. So anyway, I got a few questions to ask you, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Steelers' future. But Mike McCarthy was the head coach of what two teams?
The Packers for 13 years.
13 years.
And then for the Dallas Cowboys, I think, for 5 years.
Yeah, and that didn't end well. But in his defense, it never ends well for any coach.
Right.
That's so in his defense.
Yeah. I read that it ended in Dallas over just a contract dispute.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, from my recollection, he wasn't getting the team to perform as they should perform in some people's eyes. So Jerry Jones had a year left on his contract, and he drug it out and decided, we're not bringing Mike back. So that was the contract dispute come in, and then they ended up with, I don't even know who their coach is. I don't know who he is.
Oh gosh,
Marty Schottenheimer's grandson, I think, is their head coach. Anyway.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it Brian? Oh my gosh, yeah. Total brain fog there.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so they didn't do so well last year. So anyway, but either way, so Mike McCarthy, has he been hired yet, or is he's going to be?
He's the official coach. Yeah, I mean, he had his. Yeah, he was officially introduced by the team, and a nice press conference, took some questions, and here we go. He's
here we go.
62 years old. Art Rooney spoke, very, very highly of him, and
well, he's going to. Look, the guy you hire, you gotta say good things. Am I right?
Of course. Yeah. If not, you're an idiot. But
you can't say, well, this is the best we could do.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But, the reaction was pretty swift from Steeler Nation. A lot of Steeler fans, at least you're to believe all these social media reports. A lot of people were very against it. Couldn't believe it. What are we doing kind of a thing? But, we kind of broke that mold of hiring young defensive guys.
Yeah.
We go with an older offensive-minded coach.
Go with an older offensive guy. Now the question of the day, his quarterback ideas.
Well, it's interesting because, I think it was the second or third question of the press conference was, do you foresee or would you like Aaron Rodgers to come back? And
they're old pals.
And his response was definitely.
Yeah. Well, once again,
he's like, why not? He thinks that Aaron Rodgers had a pretty good season. He was a big reason why we went to the playoffs last year. So, they are both Art Rooney and, and Mike McCarthy are open to having Aaron Rodgers come back. But I did read that McCarthy has talked to him a couple of times since being hired. And apparently the front office of the Steelers has given him like a time frame. Like, we need a decision by this date. Or it's not going to happen.
Wait, you mean like they're not going to do what he did in Green Bay? I'll get back to you later. They're not doing that? What kind of franchise are you running here?
I don't know, Billy. I don't know.
Setting deadlines? Good night, man.
Yeah. Our GM Omar Khan and McCarthy, they have apparently given him a deadline. 30 days, whatever it is, end of the month,
Yeah.
now whatever it is. Are you in or are you out? Kind of a
Yeah.
deal. Which will allow them to, obviously shift gears and prepare for the draft,
Okay. Yeah. Well,
And
that's
McCarthy
good.
McCarthy also had a pretty, has a somewhat of a positive take on the other quarterback on the roster, our rookie Will Howard, who didn't play. He's that 6th-rounder out of Ohio State. He spoke highly of him and willing to work with him, and
Yeah.
a lot of upside, I think, was the way he described it. But
Yeah. Well,
so,
okay.
I don't know.
Say Aaron comes back, whatever, my personal opinion, you should just let him go. But hey, that's just my opinion. You have to start with somebody. You can't do the Tomlin model. Well, let's see who's available out there that's over 40. You got to get away from that. So,
at least, I mean, we drafted Will Howard in the 6th round. We obviously thought highly of him then. I agree with you. Give him a chance. Give him see what he's got. I mean, everything that I've read is that the quarterback class in the draft this year is not as deep as it's been in the past, and 2027 is supposed to have a pretty deep quarterback class in the draft, and we definitely need a franchise quarterback. But I mean, give the dude a chance. He apparently looked really good in training camp.
Yeah. Well, everybody needs a franchise quarterback. And I guess Tomlin didn't even really consider him, we're not even talking to you. Even though we had to draft you, we're not even going to discuss you playing at all. So, does Mason Rudolph fit into this scenario at all?
I think Mike McCarthy said he could be a contributor, but I mean, he's a backup. I don't think he's going to get the starting job. I think,
Okay, well,
he's had opportunities. Okay,
but, say Aaron hasn't made his decision by June 1st. Okay, he's still trying to get a better helmet and cleats. Anyway,
right. That was good.
Is Mason Rudolph going to be your day one starter? Because somebody has to start.
Right.
You got a guy.
I don't think so.
So you believe Will Howard will be your stay? Because say you draft somebody, he's not going to be your day one starter.
No, I still think if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back.
Okay, let's assume he's not coming back. Okay, we have to get past the old man, who's almost as old as me.
I suspect we'll look for another quarterback in free agency.
Okay. All right. So there's
a good answer. I don't know who's available. I don't know who's available. I don't know who's even out there that we would sign. But I bet we try to find some kind of veteran. And then
my guess
see what happens in training camp.
You could get a backup quarterback off somebody's team for a trade, draft pick trade or something, maybe. It's possible. But you're not going to get somebody's starting quarterback. I don't believe that's happening.
No, not at all. Yeah. It'll be another bridge guy until we can
bring somebody along.
Draft or find I mean, I don't know, the future may be in our locker room. I mean, there's been a couple of 6th-round picks that have been really, really good, and like a Tom Brady, I think, was a 6th or 7th-round pick.
Tom Brady was a 5th round pick. Brock Purdy plays for San Francisco, is the last pick.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but he's doing quite well,
Yeah. I'd like to see Will Howard get a chance, I mean, I think we're drafting like 20th or 21st or something like that. So, I mean, I can't see us taking a quarterback in the 1st round. There's no one going to be available, but.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is you're going to end up with somebody like you got now, Mason Rudolph or Will Howard. So you got, we can make one of these guys work out. We can draft another quarterback or try to make a trade for somebody's backup. Who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of a mess, actually. Yeah,
It's kind of a mess.
it's kind of a mess because
Now, let's move on to the next question.
yeah.
We've hit our 5 minutes. Your receivers. You have a tight end or 2 tight ends. Is he, I assume he has plans of drafting a couple of receivers in the draft, one maybe?
I hope so. I mean, my goodness, we just don't have any real depth, at that position that are relevant. You know, DK Metcalf when he's not assaulting fans or messing with fans. I mean, he's a great
Stop. Hey, listen, all you folks out there, remember, if somebody in a blue wig wants to talk to you, just stay away from them. Okay,
stay away. Mike. Right. But yeah, he was our WR2. He was our WR3. I mean,
yeah,
it was DK Metcalf, and he's our number. So we have to absolutely, and we've always drafted well. We've done a very, very good job at drafting wide receivers.
Yeah.
So
your running game, you got Gainwell. So I would assume that they're not going to look into any running backs because they seem to do okay with that.
Well, Gainwell's an unrestricted free agent, so
he
can
walk. He can leave. Yeah.
And based on his numbers and the fact that he was our team MVP, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
somebody will offer him a lot of money.
Is going to commit it off, right? Yeah, and we're not going to. We're cheap. I can't, I can't see us doing that only because we have, Jalen Warren on the team, and then we have, Caleb Johnson, who we drafted last year, the rookie out of Colorado, I think. So, but Kenneth Gainwell he was great for us last year.
Yeah.
But then again, he might stay for less money. I don't know.
Might stay for the hometown discount.
I mean, I'm not asking him to do that. I think he can make a lot more because he had a fantastic year. He's got a great skill set.
Yeah. My guess is he'll go somewhere else. Somebody's offering him a lot of money. I think so. So your coach is walking into some issues. That seems to be the deal. And if he doesn't have a winning record, they're immediately going to say, we were better off with Tomlin.
Right.
So, your defense.
Well, I mean, when you look at Tomlin and McCarthy, their records are almost identical. I mean, McCarthy has a better success in the playoffs, by like 1 or 2 wins. I mean, but they're pretty neck and neck in almost every category.
But all that was at Green Bay. In Dallas, there wasn't a whole lot that went on.
No, but I mean, he had 3 12-win seasons in Dallas.
Yeah.
3 of his 5 years, but his problem was the same thing. The same problem with, Tomlin is that, couldn't win in the playoffs,
Yeah.
I mean,
they
were gone in the first round those years. And so you can find a way to get over that hump.
Yeah. I think the thing that killed him is not the year he was fired, the year before, they were 12-5, and Green Bay came to town and just throttled them.
Right.
In the first game of the playoffs.
He lost big games. Big games. With good players. I mean, with really good teams. So it'll be interesting. But the one thing I like about McCarthy, I mean, again, a lot of negativity about it, but the more I think about it, is that at least he's an offensive-minded guy. He's worked with the likes of, Joe Montana, Rich Gannon, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, good quarterbacks. So maybe he can, find that next generational talent at quarterback.
Well, it's good that he's willing to work with somebody. He's willing to work with somebody who's young, as opposed to Mike Tomlin, who wasn't working with somebody at all. Like, we drafted you, but that doesn't mean I'm doing anything
right
for you.
So it's a little bit of a different approach, and Mike
Yeah.
McCarthy was very successful as an offensive coordinator, and I mean his offenses were spectacular in Green Bay and
Yeah.
in Dallas. So
And he has
yeah.
not hired any coordinators yet.
Well, there's a couple of names that are kind of floating around. I don't know if they've been officially hired yet. I know I think ESPN reported that we hired our defensive coordinator today. Actually, Patrick Graham, who was with the Dolphins, the Giants, and the Raiders.
Okay.
He's been with the Raiders as their defensive coordinator the last 3 years. I think they finished,
This
um,
year, I think the Raiders won 3
yes,
games this year. They
yeah.
have the
So
number
their
one pick.
defense, yeah, their defense was ranked like 24th or 25th in the league. But apparently he's very well respected in the league. He does have some ties to McCarthy, as all those
Okay.
coaches, I guess, do.
Yeah.
He's 47, so he's not old, but he's not young. So, um, I don't know anything really else about him.
All right.
But I think he's still trying to finalize his staff and.
All right. Well, we'll have more to talk about. The next show we're probably going to do, since it's kind of the off season, is around the draft. We'll talk about that. But the defense, your defense is pretty much set because you're paying them a lot of money. So
Right. And we got a lot of places. We got people in places. I mean, we need some pieces. We need some pieces.
yeah,
But TJ Watt had a great year. I mean, Cam Hayward was phenomenal, even at the age of 37 or 38. Joey Porter Jr., at quarterback. I mean, a great season.
yeah,
But we need to add some pieces, offensively and defensively. And it's funny, McCarthy was asked like whether this would be a rebuild, and he's like, oh, we're playing to win now. So
yeah,
that's the mentality. Now,
yeah.
whether that means we're 10-7 again and lose in the first round of the playoffs, I don't know. But
Yeah.
he seems to think that they have at least a
Well,
decent roster in place.
in reality, you shouldn't have to rebuild a team that just won the division.
That's how I look at it. I agree. I
You know.
absolutely agree with that statement. I don't think we're that far away. We need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yes. We need.
Well,
We need to score more points.
that is your
Yes.
first glaring issue. You have to get this quarterback thing solved. So there you go.
We need a quarterback. I think our offensive line is pretty solid. We need some receivers. Got to add some pieces on defense. And hopefully McCarthy's offensive-minded thinking can help us. Ben Roethlisberger was listening to his podcast the other night, and Ben thought it was a great hire.
Okay.
Now, of course, he's a quarterback, so he's going to like an offensive mind, but
Yeah.
he brought up a lot of valid points about why the hire makes sense, but in the end, we're not going to know until this time next year as to how successful.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I've kind of approached it with an open mind, and we'll see what happens.
Well, no matter what, you can't be down on the guy. You should at least say, "Hey, we think this is going to work out." So instead of just like, "Oh, this is the worst thing since we could have hired Pete
Right.
Carroll," whatever.
Absolutely, I know, I agree, and it's a feel good story, man. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He's a son of a firefighter. He grew up in Pittsburgh. He grew up as a Steelers fan. He wasn't hired because he was from Pittsburgh, but he's coaching.
You do know that he cares.
University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so you can at least start off with there that he's somebody that cares. He's not just somebody that grew up in Seattle or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just go there for a little while, collect a check.
Right. He knows the organization. He knows the fan base. He knows the culture. He knows the standard.
He's related to people in Pittsburgh.
Guy. Right. So I don't know. We'll see if that makes a difference. And he's hopefully he surrounds himself with some good people, good coordinators. Yeah. He's got a ton of connections in the league. So let's roll the dice and see what happens with or without Aaron Rodgers. So
yeah, I'm of the opinion you should let him go. I understand, talking to him and being nice, but you should just let him.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want him back either. though I think he had a pretty good year, but I don't know. I agree. I think we need to look to the future, whether that's in the draft this year or next year.
Yeah.
Roll the dice with Will Howard, see what he's got, sign a veteran backup quarterback.
Yeah.
For some mentorship, you know?
Yeah, you can sign a quarterback to come in and show him how to play.
Right. And at least give it a whirl, man. Just, and hopefully the pieces around him on offense and defense can help him. So he's got a little bit of a learning curve, and he's not expected to come in and throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns every single game.
Yeah. That's not happening. Yeah.
It's not.
Have him throw 5 and 6 yard passes. Hey, you can do this.
Yeah. But, look how good Bo Nix did in Sean Payton's system in Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great year.
Yep.
So, and he's got pieces around him. He relied on a great defense. Now, unfortunately, he got hurt and Denver lost. So, got to watch the Patriots in the Super Bowl again. But, however, there's a young quarterback. Drake May. Look at Drake May in New England.
Yeah.
Same thing. He's got good people around him.
For 2 years.
And he's had a great year.
I guess, is this his second season or third? Whatever it is. Anyway.
This will be Will Howard's second season.
Yeah, I was talking about Drake May. Either way, the past couple of years
good question.
Past couple of years for the Patriots have been awful. They get a new coach in there who can work with the players. Look where they go. So this may be where you're at. You got another coach in there, and the players are like, hey, this guy is going to be okay.
Right, but look at the common denominator with Denver and New England. They have 2 great offensive coordinators. I mean, Sean Payton is a great offensive play caller. Yeah. And McDaniels in New England, same thing.
Yeah.
So when you have systems in place, and big benefit. Anyway,
in case the people out there don't know, it's not a secret. The rules are set up for offense. So right.
Yeah.
The rules
except
are set up.
Yes, except in Pittsburgh, Billy. Because we had games where we couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about
to be consistent.
I was talking about the rules that the NFL has set up because they want points scored because that's what people like watching.
Yep.
They're not into a 9-13 game. Not into that.
No, they're not. Yeah. No, I would agree with you. So we need to find that guy who can sling it. And we've been really blessed, very fortunate. Yeah. Terry Bradshaw, Big Ben. Yeah. I mean, man, we've been really lucky. So
Cordell Stewart,
maybe we're due.
Not so much. All right, folks. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else, Mike?
No, just trying to be optimistic. I'm curious to see who Mike McCarthy, hires with all his coordinators and assistants, and that's always kind of fun to read about their connections. But getting ready for the draft and see who's on their radar, and again, the big story is going to be Aaron Rodgers, whether or not he comes back or not. And I like the fact that they kind of said, you know what, you got 30 days, or you got 45 days, if that is indeed true, and to nip that in the bud and move forward, and whichever way we go. Yeah. Good times.
Good times. All right, folks. Remember, like and subscribe to Steel Town Football because we need all the help we can get.
Yes, we do.
So, go long, everybody. Go Steelers.
See ya.
This has been a production of Steel Town Football. Tune in each week for the best Steelers commentary in the world.